just said that?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, exactly, to give a quantitative parameter together to a qualitative.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
No question from the chat.
Thank you. We just prepare with Eric a very small wrap-up session together some little idea we had in mind, just to, let's say, begin a discussion. So what we've seen, don't hesitate to interrupt me, Eric. Okay.
Yes, sure.
Together all the stuff, let's say, about the analysis, because we can, let's say, we can make different sections of all this presentation. So speaking about the analysis, we've seen that there is a lot of PFAS that are still unknown, and the targeted, let's say, PFAS analysis is still tricky. There is this global analysis, total organic fluoride, but there are still a lot of molecular that are undetermined. There are still this progress to work on, because there are a lot of byproducts molecular. We see some presentation with MZ molecular, and we have to see MZ ratio in order to try to identify some byproducts. There are still these mass balance problems, because there are some, not only based on this, let's say, tricky part on PFAS analysis, but also on the just on experimental point of view, because of the, let's say, the nature of the PFAS, this problem of absorption. There was, I do know that there was also a lot of tests that was made of a lot of different kind of material, a lot of plastic, vessel, and so on, to see how these PFAS can stick on these vessels and other products. Also, there is some gravity separation, as we've seen, on the interface sometimes from some light product. So it's not so easy to make the analysis. Second thing we have in mind is about the effect on transport. So it's not a classical organic compound for sure. I'm not dealing with classical L or GNLPL because they are tensioactive. And even if, as we've seen, the let's say the effect on transport characterization and modeling is in progress, there are some things that should be, let's say, perhaps more studies. The adsorption dispersion stuff, the co-solubility problem, the interface behavior, and we see that there are some general parameters that are taken to from column and so on to make some extrapolation on the field scale, but some details, like as we discussed with Thomas, like the interface behavior are still sometimes not well known. There's also the co-pollution problems. Speaking about the remediation that include extraction, concentration, or destruction, what we see that are very good, let's say, lab experiments. We've seen plasma, soil cavitation, DMSO, or product, or also extraction with some non-intelligent fluid, but there is still this upscaling problem that is still staying here. It's these very advanced technologies, and perhaps we will have to face some, let's say, technical economic aspects that will perhaps not help to have additional, let's say, to go further on that on the field scale. Let's see, cross the finger, and but this upscaling problem is something very, let's say, big. And there is also, which is remediation, as we've seen also for the, some cases, these byproducts that are generated that are not well known. And the last thing, it was just a bullet about like PFAS. We have some conversation about the volatilization of the PFAS and so on, what happened when we increase the temperature, what's happened in some cases, let's say analysis, even the sampling of these light PFAS, let's say TFA and others, is still tricky more than others. There's some let's say, bullets, and let's say based on what we see in some let's say idea that we did wrote with Eric, and I don't know what to think about that. We have the same feeling as us, or there's also, I'm looking, I also feel that is a toxicological part, it's still tricky. It's let's say, our feeling about this progress that we've seen in PROMISCES, but don't hesitate to discuss about that, or give a point of view or additional comments.
Yeah, if I may, Stéfan, just regarding the remediation work or the results presented today, there is also another gap, which is that we a lot focused on model solutions, on model systems, and then in reality we are facing more complex water matrices, which contains different PFAS compounds that with many precursors that may affect the mass balance, but also organic matter is also there, and for some processes we have inorganic cations that may also play a role in the efficiency of the process. So this is also, to my opinion, another challenge that should also be overcome. While it was always better to work on concentrated streams than diluted streams. So this is also another aspect that has been well presented in the live project. We see that you can concentrate PFAS from groundwater, and I think that's a pretty good approach to reduce the volume to be treated. So that's also is another aspect that needs to be bear in mind when we are dealing with PFAS. So that's all from my side, and yeah, I don't know if there are some comments in the room or in the chat for those still online.
In the chat, nothing.
No, the chat. Well, there is one comment telling, okay, what the industry is doing to remove this chemical from their products. Well, we are not really dealing with pushing the industry to remove this chemical from their product, but we are dealing with what we are irritating from the past. But indeed, industry should be pushed to phase out these chemicals and replace by something which is less problematic for the environment and yeah, environmental health and human health. That's for sure. But yeah, that's maybe another session that could be developed here.